Van life is being criminalized. Is this the end of the wheeled wonders? It's the new big thing on YouTube. Van life is illegal. They are coming after van lifers. Living alternative lifestyles is being criminalized.
You can't camp in your own backyard right now. In some places, you can't even sleep in your own driveway. And urban camping, or being stealth, the risks we're taking by living in our vehicles are literally wagering our entire freedom. And this isn't hypothetical. This is the law.
This executive order encourages cities to crack down on things like urban camping, loitering, and even people sleeping in vehicles, which means we could be treated the same as someone living on the streets, even though we're just traveling or living on the road legally.
This isn't even a new thing. If you look here, Matty Van Halen, he talked about it 2 years ago. Will van life become illegal in America? Yeah, 2 years ago. So first off, is it really under attack? Is van life under attack? If it is, sorry, but I don't feel sorry for any of them. And here is why. Anybody that's watched me for any period of time knows that I have warned people years ago. I have said things are about to change. The more the nomads glamorize and popularize the lifestyle, the more people are going to want to do it and actually go and do it. And the more people that do it, the worse it will become. Come on, let's face it. When people are involved, people ruin everything. The signs were all there. I could see them, and I don't live on the road. I don't live in a vehicle. But the short-sighted tunnel vision of those that do actually live on the road, it kept them blind to the facts. Walmarts, Cracker Barrels, and others began posting no overnight parking signs years ago. Those that did still allow the wheeled wonders to stay were inundated with vans and RVs. People were setting up camp in the parking lots, with jack stands down and slides out, chairs circled the barbecue grills. And of course the nomads all exclaimed very loudly, "That's not true. I can park anywhere. Cracker Barrel is still good. Walmart says right there on their website that we can stay." So they ignored the signs. What about this? Do you guys remember the stories of the people with the $1 million views that were fed up with the nomads? People that paid mortgages and property taxes in expensive areas peered out their windows to see the view that they paid for. Did they see that view? No. They see rows of vehicles dwellers emptying their piss bottles and cooking right outside their $1 million homes. That's right, those are sticks and bricks that paid for that expensive view. The nomads just pulled up and they got it for free. And then the nomads, they again exclaimed, "No, that's just isolated incidents. We don't have to worry about that." And again, they ignored the signs. Even far left California got fed up with the RVs and dilapidated vehicles lining the streets. People living in rundown RVs with no water or no dump tanks or no power were just everywhere. Raw sewage got dumped on the streets. Several news outlets, they were covering the horrible situation that was going on. The nomad said, "Oh, well, no, that's the homeless people. That's not us." And yep, they once again ignored the signs. The YouTube nomads started reporting that places they've been many times in the past have been shut down. Places they have overnighted are all now littered with no parking signs. And yet again, the nomads still refuse to pull their heads out of the sand. There will always be BLM land. There will always be wilderness to boondock on. There will always be a Walmart and a Cracker Barrel. Don't worry about it. It's okay. Now, the wheeled wonders, they choose to remove themselves from society, which, okay, that's okay, but they ignore what is happening. With no real sense of home, they have no need to burden themselves with what's going on in local politics and what changes are being made or talked about being made. They don't vote on policies. The only thing that they need is that address, so they have a residence. Anything else, they don't care. They don't care about laws and changes. They just go about their day. Well, that is until something smacks them right dead in the face, and then, woo, it's a big ordeal. Yeah, but it already happened now, right? Hell, when I reported that the LTVA was talking about raising the price, the wheeled wonders went ballistic. They said that I was lying and fear-mongering. I was full of shit. They said I was just making things up for views. Even though I had the local announcement that was passed out in that area that said we're going to have a meeting to discuss this. No. You don't know what they're talking about. You're just making things up. But then a few months later, what happened? YouTube was on fire with videos about the price hike. That's right. They were all bitching and complaining. Yes, the ones that called me a liar were now enraged with the realization that it was very, very true and it's going to be happening. They are so far removed, they are clueless of what's happening even in their own disheveled community. Even the faithful followers of the Desert Messiah didn't even notice the subtle warnings. Now, the Bob, he's not going to come right out and say anything because his entire existence and everything that he is, it was built and revolves around the fact that this lifestyle is amazing and so much better than anything else. The guy that preaches escape society and the man and come live your childlike wonder, he isn't going to say that things are about to crumble and you're going to have a hard time finding a place to park your ass. But don't be fooled. The Bob knew it was coming. He saw it. Why do you think Bob bought land? Why do you think he started saying to get a home base? Why do you think he said to be prepared, to start preparing? He didn't come right out and say it, but he dropped plenty of hints. But still, the wheeled wonders, heads in the sand. The nomads were too caught up in their fantasy world. They found that the free, cheap, and easy life was dwindling away. Now, they blame this administration, but let's face it, we all know it's been happening long before that. It started even before the pandemic. Now, after the pandemic, it did get worse, but it was on its way before that. Now, the price of livable vehicles went way up as the quality went way down. Used vans, buses, and box trucks were really hard to find, and if you could find one, they were way overpriced for what they were. More people were wanting to live for free. And when it all comes down to it, isn't that what it really is all about? They say they don't want to pay a mortgage or rent. Hell, they don't even want to pay to stay at a park or a campsite. The whole point is that they want to live for free. Just go buy a vehicle, pay the insurance on it, put fuel in it, and buy some food. That's it. That's all they want to do. They want to live for free. Isn't it a nice thought? I mean, everybody would like to live for free, but unfortunately, the world just doesn't work that way. And everything is fine as long as you can just roam around and do as you please. And you'd still ignore all the signs. You have no clue what's going on, even in your own community of wheeled wonders. You only become aware when it's too late. You continue to ignore the signs. You ignore all the warnings. You cling to the fantasy that you live the perfect life. Then one day, you get smacked with the actual signs. The signs that say, you can't. Sorry, it's closed. We don't want you here. And that is when it becomes a huge problem, and you get on here and you yell on YouTube and other places. You should have paid attention. It didn't happen overnight like you think it did. It's been happening for years, and you chose to stick your head in the sand. That's why I don't feel sorry for one single bit. Blame whoever you want. You are all the ones that sat back and did nothing. You didn't even know it was happening. You ignored it, you ignored it, you ignored it. Now, it's too late? Or is it? Is it all just as you told me years ago? Is it all just a bunch of bullshit lies and stories for view grabs and money on YouTube?
What was that thing you say?
That's the way I see it.
That's it. That's the way he sees it. Not me. I can't say that, but he can say that.
What we do here is go back.